guys, Buttgun here, and today I want to talk about just cool uniques in 3.26 that kind of caught my eye. And the first one is Spinehail. I pretty much saw this and thought, that's really broken. And I immediately went to go test it, and yeah, I stand by that. This is a really messed up quiver. If you had a quiver that just said +3 arrows and nothing else, that would be a super strong quiver, and this is pretty much that. It just also has other upsides. In fact, you can even corrupt this to get a +1 arrow implicit, so kind of silly. Surprised at how cheap this was in software trade at the time of making this. But the reason this is so easy to enable is because from my testing today, anytime you attack with a bow that's trap, mine, or self-cast, it will try to sacrifice a damageable minion, and if it can, it will make all of your next bow attacks fire 3 additional arrows. This is variable 1 to 3. Obviously, you want to get the one with +3. But why that's so easy to enable is because if you have a Mana Forge setup, like Summon Phantasm and Herald of Purity work the same. I was also thinking about like a cast and crit Summon Skelly because that summons 3 per. Like Mana Forge, multi-hit skill plus cast and crit plus Summon Skellies would also work. But this from testing is just so much easier. So right now I have a Blast Rain, Mana Forge, Life Tap, and then I'll put Summon Phantasm in here. And I'll use Burning Arrow to make this interaction easiest to showcase. You could use Herald of Purity in addition to this too. It's like whatever's I just think it might be excessive. You could Summon Phantasm multiple things, but now this means every time I attack, Summon Phantasm and Herald of Purity are both going to check that 20% chance to summon the minion per hit, not per attack. So if I play a multi-hitting skill, which I imagine you're going to on something like this, and you're hitting like 5+ times, it's extremely unlikely that you will not have more minions to sacrifice than you need. So that just means you have an absurd quiver. The first attack, while you start this off, is going to only have 1 because I don't have any minions out, unless you were like killing stuff and then you came and they like stayed with you. But like let's say I'm going to a boss fight for the first time. Attack with Burning Arrow, 1 arrow, 2 arrow, oh, well it's 5, but you can't really see it. But these guys are so small, they're so hard to see. But I'm firing many arrows. The Phantasm are just like, yeah, he's gonna keep killing them because it's a level 1 Summon Phantasm. But you can see the little guys spawning, their little life pools like spawning right under here. But this is going to make everything that I do just while I'm doing this just have that many additional arrows. Say 1 arrow here, but you only need to sacrifice 1. As you can see, I'm over-sustaining these by a lot. He's going to kill them with 1 hit every single time, which I assume is normal on this, but it doesn't really matter because they only need to exist long enough for you to attack. So yeah, this quiver, there's really honestly not that much to it. It's insanely strong if you're playing a multi-hitting skill. Like I mean, you can also just use it like for clear, obviously, too. But if you're using something that can abuse plus arrows, like let's say Scourge Arrow of Menace with Return, Caustic Arrow, Storm Rain, Blast Rain, but Blast Rain's a terrible damage skill. It's just a good enabler. Tornado Shot. Yeah, there's actually not a ton, but it does make them all significantly more powerful. Now, I was testing the Steel Quiver that says like your bow attacks consume steel shards, and once you do that, you fire +3 arrows for 4 seconds after you've done that, which is really clunky, and I wasn't sure how to use, but I was testing widowhail with it, and I wanted to do the same thing here. And it's pretty much actually the exact same. It's all upside, no downside. Downside being you throw away your entire weapon. So I don't know how practical this is. Maybe if you guys are going to be like, I don't know, economy gamers and late game you want to do replica Alberon's Tornado Shot builds. But outside of that, it's hard to get fly. You can use like Thunder Fist, High Resire, and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily know if that's going to be enough. Replica Alberon's obviously would be. Now, the way widowhail is going to work with this, much like the other Steel Quiver, is it's just going to multiply this by the widowhail effect. So I only have 3 here. If I had this corruption with +1, I would be getting like 14 arrows out of this, but right now it's going to be 3 from the base and then an additional 6 because I don't have if you would get to the 30% or 33%, you would get an additional arrow out of this, so you get +7 from the widowhail. But Burning Arrow, one attack. And as you can see, pretty ridiculous. Our game's starting to get laggy, and I'm not even doing anything. No damage, but as you can see, that is going to give you, like again, if you get a 233% widowhail, you are going to get an additional 7 arrows out of this. So then you would be getting 10 arrows out of your offhand, and then if you get a corruption with +1 arrow, you would be getting, 12 arrows from your offhand. That is probably excessive and really hard to solve, but I just wanted to showcase the information because, you know, I just tested. I had to because I wanted to see what it looked like. Now, this one is incredibly simple, and I am kind of shocked I'm not seeing more people talk about it or use it because it's just so low cost, honestly, just for how powerful it is. So I have a Skitterbots here and Unbound Ailments, and I don't have a Bone Chill, I just realized. But so if you do this, get like a 70 quality one of these, and Winter Weave, Skitterbots, plus Unbound Ailments and Bone Chill, once they're leveled up, this is going to reverse the effect of Chill on you. And since mine aren't leveled, it's not going to be max, but as you'll see here in a second, I have 21% increased action speed. 21%. So that is 21% more attack speed, cast speed, and movement speed. It just multiplies this. This will go up to 30% with these gems leveled up, with Summon Skitterbots level 20, Unbound Ailments leveled up, and then Bone Chill. And a well roll in this. That should get exactly at 30, if not extremely close to it. 30% action speed is ridiculous. That is just, if your build that scales off attack speed, it is 30% more damage. And if you're a build that cares about moving fast, which is literally every build in the game, that is pretty good for you. Now, it does have downsides, so it's not exactly like free, like I was saying, but it is, I think the cost is relatively low for what you get. So Scorch, this is going to probably get to not quite maximum effect because Unbound will scale this, but it will not, Bone Chill will not. So you get close to the 30%, which means you have negative 30 all Ellie res. That is a pretty big downside. You just need more resistances on gear. In that case, like a Lyra is your friend, honestly, for 1 point for 50 res, because the opportunity cost of your belt, eventually, obviously with Mage Blood and stuff like that, it is pretty high, but 30% action speed is extremely hard to get. And if you happen to be actually playing a Trap and Mine Trapper Mine build, that 25% throw speed is incredible. And it also comes with up to 20% reservation. So it's honestly just kind of a decent belt. And then Winter Weave sucks, but it reverses the chill on you. I have been told that Bone Chill reduces cold damage taken on you from the chill effect that you give yourself, but I have not tested that, so I don't want to say that for sure because I'm not confident of that. But just with this Unbound Bone Chill belt ring slot, you have 30% action speed. Funny enough, you can put this on super early, level 24 if you're gonna like level with it. The shock is the only one that's like you actually need to find a way to solve, because this you can just get more resistances for Scorch. But shock, and oh, by the way, if you're doing this, really make sure not to take the minor Pantheon for Glace there, the boy at the beach. Don't capture him or use a new Divine Vessel to turn it off if you end up doing this, because it'll half the chill effect on you. But with shock, you can get the Charge Mastery is one down here while you're at maximum power charges are unaffected by shock, or cannot be shocked while at maximum power charges. One thing I wanted to test, but I didn't, I actually ran out of regrets testing stuff already, so I'm going to have to get some more money before I try this again. This mod right here that says damaging ailments cannot be inflicted on you while you already have one. I am not sure on the ordering of how this is, if it's in this order, which again, so I'm not confident. Don't take my word on this. I want to test this before when I actually play this. If it works the way I would think it would, if we can get, I guess there is no way to, yeah, oh yeah, that was the problem. If Scorch is first, that doesn't work. But if Chill is first or Shock is first, then I would think that this mastery would work. Because if you get immune to Shock, then it's going to negate the Scorch. But if Scorch is first in this, then it's not going to work. Because it shouldn't be able, it should negate, if you take this mastery, it should negate two of them. It just kind of depends on which one. And if it happens to be Shock or Chill first, you're good, because you can get rid of this, and then you can get rid of this. So just something to keep in mind, because these protection wheels are generally good anyway, and that's a relatively good way to solve that issue. Otherwise, you can do reduced shock effect if you can't actually get true shock immunity, like you can use Tempest Shield, the Master in the Tree, etc., be a Sab. But you can also take reduced shock effect here, like from the Pantheon, and then it's a jewel suffix as well. There's plenty of places to get reduced effect to get rid of that. All right, I think that's pretty much it. Both of those are insanely strong. There's like way more stuff I want to test. Like I haven't got to mess around with Starfall yet, and yeah, all the other stuff. So hopefully there's some other cool stuff we can find with the other uniques. I just have not had time to get through all of them, and I keep blowing all my currency trying to test them out. So all right, Poopsin, what's up?